G'day and welcome back to the channel Ginger Ninja's Movie Reviews. I am the Ginger Ninja and these of course are my Franchise Friday movie reviews. We are into week 2 of the Wishmaster series and this week we are looking at Wishmaster 2 Evil Never Dies from 1999. Anyway, let's get into this one, but look, I do want to say a big thank you to all my new and existing subscribers. I say it every week, but I do mean it. So thank you so much for your continued support. It truly means the world to me. Now, this film came out in 1999 and is directed by Jack Shoulder. That may be a name that you recognize, it may not be. But anyway, the film stars Holly Fields, Chris Webber, Paul Johansson, Tom Lister Jr., and of course, Andrew Divoff is returning as the Evil Djinn. Now, speaking of the Evil Djinn, this is the plot, and the Evil Djinn is awakened once more and must collect 1001 souls to begin the apocalypse. So it's changed from granting the person that woke the person, 3 wishes, to collecting 1001 souls and then getting 3 wishes. So yeah, I guess, it follows the whole sequel plot. Like, you've got to amp it up, you've got to take it to the next level, and 1001 wishes, that's a lot. But, anyway, look, coming off of the first Wishmaster, I had high hopes for this one. The original was so much fun. It was just a lot of great inventive kills, and it was a veritable who's who of horror in that, and Andrew Divoff was just chewing up every scene he was in. So with a sequel, what could go wrong? Well, it's a sequel for one, so that's it. Now, a lot of sequels just fail to capture the essence of the original. And this is missing what made the first film work. There are elements of fun. There are elements of the evil, wicked ways that the Djinn works. But which ways does it work and which ways doesn't it work? Let's find out.
Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you're going hate this, you can fucking bite me. I'll be cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of...
So we're going to kick it off with the cast, and look, Andrew Divoff is again the highlight of the movie. Now, he again delivers a chilling performance as the Djinn, although he often has this creepy little grin on him, and whilst it kind of took me out of the role, like it was awkward sometimes. It's not the same as his original character. He still brings a very sinister charm and charisma to the role, but whilst it makes the character menacing and intense and oddly charismatic, it's this grinning look that just didn't suit well. Like, all the time he's just grinning like an idiot. I didn't get that. It was this oddly goofiness almost that just was instilled into the character into this one. And especially in some of the prison scenes, that really stood out as weird. Yeah, maybe that's just me. However, there was an intensity behind Andrew Divoff's performance in this, and unfortunately the rest of the cast failed to meet that intensity. Holly Fields as Morgana, she does an okay job, but her character lacks depth and complexity and any consistency. And she often shifts from a badass to this vulnerable girly girl. And the scene in which they do that, where she goes from this, you know, sort of almost goth-like punk to this, you know, born-again Christian, where she changes her hair and puts on a sundress, and yeah, she takes off all the makeup and then cuts her finger out. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah. Anyway, it was so forced and just unconvincing. I did not like that at all. That's me though. Maybe you're different. Who knows? Paul Johansson's Gregory was a generic character. Like, he was a priest, and he has feelings and she has feelings for him, and it was very, you know, forbidden romance and all that, and unfortunately it just didn't suit the actual feel of the script. It did give, you know, Morgana something to risk, something that was at risk for her, because she'd already lost one boyfriend and was she going to lose another. Speaking of, apparently Corey Haim was one of the robbers in the very first scene. Don't know how true that is or not, but that's apparently the case. Anyway, cast-wise, pretty average, if I'm being honest. So now on to the directing and the writing, and I mentioned this was directed by Jack Shoulder, who you might know from films like Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, Freddy's Revenge, The Hidden, By Dawn's Early Light, which was, you know, I enjoyed that one back in the late 90s, I think, early 90s. You know, Alone in the Dark, The Hidden, you know, all good films. And he attempts to bring this mix of dark humor and horror to Wishmaster 2, but unfortunately, the balance is very uneven. Yeah, the film often struggles to decide whether it wants to be a straightforward horror or a dark comedy. And this results in a very jarring tonal inconsistency. You know, scenes that are meant to be frightening are undercut by misplaced humour, and moments that could have been benefited from a bit of humour are played way too seriously. You know, his direction also lacks a stylistic flair, and that could have distinguished Wishmaster 2 from other horror sequels, and therefore the film kind of just falls flat and uninspired, and it fails to capture the sense of dread and wonder that the original premise did promise. You know, there is a notable lack of suspense. There is a lack of those gruesome horror elements that were on full display in the original. You know, now don't get me wrong, there are occasionally very gruesome scenes, but they don't evoke a genuine fear or any tension at all. So now back to the effects. You know, it's a horror movie. Let's hope there's going to be something good here. And look, I'll be honest, one of the standout aspects of Wishmaster 2 is its use of practical effects. And these are gruesome and imaginative, just like the original, so it has that. The film doesn't shy away from showcasing Djinn's twisted interpretations of people's wishes, and this results in some genuinely memorable horror moments with some truly gruesome outcomes for our characters. So yeah. These do, however, sometimes appear dated when combined with CGI. One scene in particular is the locust in the casino. It's a prime example, and unfortunately it's a mix of these tiny little locusts over the screen, but then you've got these giant cockroaches on one of the characters' faces eating the flesh, and that part looks good, but then those little locusts over it just looked shit. Physical over CGI 100% of the time. Now, some of the more ambitious effects, such as the Djinn's more elaborate kills, they can border on campy. And what I mean by that is, particularly when the lawyer is being told to go fuck himself. It's funny, yes. But is it scary? Well, yeah, a little bit. No, not really. The way it happens, like all of a sudden he just feels awkward, and then his legs twist around and he's just moving back. It's weird. Yeah. So now on to rewatchability, and look, given the original was such a fun film, you kind of go into this feeling and hoping for more of the same, but it just doesn't manage to capture the same intensity, the same feel of the original. There's something lacking in this one. So will I rewatch this one? Maybe, but only if I rewatch it, the entire series. So, final verdict, and look, honestly, I was warned about this one, but I had such a fun time with the original. I was hoping that these warnings weren't as, bad as people were making out to be. They were not wrong. This is a very disappointing follow-up to a film that was just hit those right notes, and then to follow it up with this, it's just lacking in every way apart from maybe the special effects and Andrew Divoff's performance. Even then, there's something missing from it. Like, it's not as intense as his original portrayal. It's still good. It's, the film overall, it's just missing that feel of the original. The inconsistent tones, the very weak script, lackluster secondary characters, it keeps it from being a truly memorable entry, not only into the horror genre, but into the Wishmaster franchise as a whole. Overall, for a score, I give this one a 5 out of 10. And that is being generous. Like, honestly, I struggled to give this one a score. I wanted to give it less, but then I actually did enjoy some parts of it. Like, some of the prison scenes were really good. Other scenes were absolutely shit. So I had to go straight down the middle and give it a 5 out of 10. So yeah. Anyway, that is my thoughts on Wishmaster 2, Evil Never Dies. What are your thoughts on this film? Have you seen it? Let me know down in the comments below, because I do want to hear other people's thoughts on this film. Like, am I missing something in this? Is it actually a really good film? Let me know. I'd really love to hear your thoughts on it. So anyway, before I blather on too much, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please do hit that thumbs up button, be much appreciated. And of course, subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I do release a new review. We're halfway through September now, so we've got 2 more Wishmaster films to go. So they're going to be hopefully a lot of fun. We'll see. I haven't seen these two, so I'm interested going into it. I had seen this one a long time ago. And like I said with the first one, the first one came out in 97. I thought it came out in... anyway, I thought these came out a lot longer ago. They didn't. So yeah, I'm looking forward to diving into Wishmaster 3 and 4. I've also got my Trashy Tuesdays, my 60-second reviews. And as we get into October, we're going to be kicking it off with 31 Days of Halloween. So stick around for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. Exhausting, but it's going to be a lot of fun. 31 Days of Horror Movies. Let's get into it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.